So day 3, I'm going into the Apex show, which is the more, like, I'm going to look at boxes and different bottles and things like that. I'm in search. Have somebody find a bottle for me. Bottle and sprayer. I haven't been to this show yet, but I think I can get through this relatively quickly, but we'll see.
Walk it back a little bit, but it's not going to hurt anybody. So that's an option. We do the regular also.
Gotcha. So,
and it's only about 30 or 40 bucks more.
What does something like that cost? 400 or 500?
No, I think it's closer to 300.
300. Okay.
Yeah.
These are ceiling, wall mountable, I-beam mountable. I'm sure you guys.
If you're going to mount them on the wall or the ceiling, we don't suggest more than 15 feet. And if it's going to be more than that, then you need to let us know so we can design a spring that'll fit it properly.
Yeah, I think like most they're going to be 10 to 15, 10 to 12,
perfect.
18
when
feet.
You order them, let them know how far you think they're going to be up, so we make sure, because we make all of our own spring cartridges. So these are all, we wind the spring and everything.
Right.
So we make them to the size. They're not one generic size.
Gotcha.
They'll be different for the capacity and the strength of it.
So they don't make an easy coil dual, do they?
You know what? I'd have to find out about that, but I'm not sure. We have a robot that spins them at high speed. So they pick it up, put it in, and they move it over an arbor, basically.
Right.
So what that does, instead of stretching the metal in the corners and that, we can move metal to the corners to make it stronger. We do all of our in-house powder coatings, proprietary powder coating.
It looks fantastic.
So each part is individually painted. So then you put the hardware on it, and then paint underneath it.
Oh, gotcha.
A lot of other people will paint the reel when it's done.
So these like inlets on these, so you don't need a, I mean, all you would need is a whip, or you could come right into this with your aluminum tubing.
It shouldn't be a hard plumb. It should be soft.
It should be soft.
Yeah,
Okay.
So a whip is a good is the way to do it.
Gotcha.
Problem is, if you have a hard plumb, it makes it do that too much. So it doesn't give it any leeway.
Gotcha. And then are these standard, or can you get them 3/8, ½ inch? I mean, this looks like ½ inch.
You can get what you want.
Okay. Cool. Awesome.
So what else? Oh, and the arms are adjustable. So, we suggest obviously that you pull it straight out.
Right.
Whether it's, wherever you have it. To adjust it, all you have to do is take these 4 bolts off, move it to where you want, and then put them back on again. The nuts stay in the same place.
Right.
And the arm just moves, so you can, depending on.
Gotcha.
If you see holes on the reel anywhere, they're for something.
There's a method behind it, right?
It's not just a hole in there for anything.
Gotcha. Awesome, thanks. So which one is this? This is what I have, right?
You have, yeah.
So what is all that? I have all this copper stuff coming down to my drain on the bottom. What the heck is that?
That's an automatic tank drain. That means when the pump shuts off, every time it shuts off,
right,
it's gonna blow a little bit of water out of the bottom.
Okay.
So every time you run it, when it's done running, it'll
So do I just put a hose on, or do I still need like a magnetic drain or something on?
You can add a magnetic drain if you want one,
right,
in case, because you're in Florida, you may be getting a little bit more water,
right,
than we would say in Pennsylvania.
Gotcha.
So having an extra, but there's a ball valve down there, so you can check it manually every once in a while, or you could put it, one of those automatic timer.
Like a solenoid drain, right? Or I've seen the ones where it's a magnetic, like as soon as it senses water, I think I don't know how those work, but I got to figure that out.
We've tried all kinds, and I haven't found one that's just infallible.
Gotcha.
The one that's on there is a little bit better than average, but it's actually actuated by the air compressor.
Right.
So when it gets done running, it'll do a little blow off, and anything that's accumulated.
So what is the cost of that option? Because they don't come with that. That's an optional piece, right? To do the.
I think it's right around $40.
Okay, nothing crazy, right?
Nothing really that.
So on mine, we're doing so this is the on-off, right? But we're doing a relay on the wall, right?
We give you a knife switch on the wall, so
right?
If you ever have to do repairs on the air compressor,
you don't have to
turn it off, put the lockout tag out on it, and then you can do compressor repair, and
gotcha.
never have to worry about it just suddenly start.
So when, I haven't read the manual yet, I have it on my desk, but so when do I change oil? Like how often?
A lot of that depends on run time. At least once a year.
Gotcha.
I would recommend when it starts to get, it'll start to get cloudy. You see how nice and blue it is right now?
Yep.
When you shine a flashlight in there, it's bright blue.
Yep.
When it starts to get cloudy, then I would change it, and it's real easy. Basically, just take the cap off here.
Yep.
Put it in. Drain it out. Put it in the side. And
you guys sell the oil, right? Yeah. So I just order from you, and then we do it.
Order from us.
Cool.
But I mean, other than that,
here's what I need. This is for my compulsion. I need these to be lined up perfectly. I need you to get your engineers to design that so that these squares are perfect.
Well, they drive them in, and it's certain.
Yeah, I know. They're torque to spec, right? Rather than, I would give up my torque spec for linear bolts.
But you don't want it to leak.
Then I'd be leaking air, yeah.
There's a double-edged sword on that.
Gosh, I love this thing. You have no idea how excited I am for this thing. Like, this is like a life's mission for me. So I got my compressor and my GT3 RS at the same time, and so now we're going to move this into new OGHQ, the new Obsessed Garage headquarters, and it's going to be great.
That's basically a truck mount compressor.
Still a two-stage. Okay, gotcha. Little gas. So you can run this on site, on location.
Yeah. And if you notice, like I said, this is a truck mount compressor, so all the valving is up front because you would slide this up against your cab,
right?
Like on a service vehicle.
Right.
So everything you need is under the front of the compressor,
right?
So that so it keeps the footprint a little more narrow.
A little tighter, yeah. Yep. That's cool.
You can take this off of the remote mount and start, on and off, and they'll wire this thing into the battery of the pickup truck.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so.
And then you're on the site. You can run your nailer. You can run your torque.
This thing here will run a 1-inch impact.
Yeah, right.
And that's pretty stout.
Yeah, it looks like it.
So, but I mean, that's 20-some CFM air compressor.
Yeah.
And we sell a lot of those.
Do we need, like, is there belt tension that needs to be adjusted or anything on these? I mean,
you're not going to tension the belts very often.
Gotcha. Especially in my garage when I'm running it, an hour a week, right?
Yeah. And to do so, it's pretty simple. There's four bolts right here, and we don't make an elaborate tensioning system.
Right.
Probably the best way is to pop the belt off.
Right.
Slide it out, 1/4 of an inch.
Right.
Tighten it down, belts back on. Well, most guys won't go to that. They'll just kind of put a little 2x4 behind it. And,
yank on it, torque it back down. You're good to go. Yeah.
Pretty much.
Love it.
Make it as simple as possible.
There's a BC booth. This is my floor. That's a lot of floor they bought. It's crazy. BC wheels. This booth is legit. Dang, this booth is awesome. I don't really have a car that I can put BC wheels on anymore. I don't think they really do S2000 offset. These 3-piece are pretty sick. There's all these wheel manufacturers here, and there's only a handful that I would ever even consider. And then we have the coilovers, if it should become more legit over the years. I need to start pronouncing this correctly. These Owlins. Clean looking. So nice. That's the Forge Line booth. I don't know. That's pretty cool. This is the Honda booth. NSX, TSX. Kind of cool. who it is. It's the man, the legend, Mr. Kevin Brown. Looking for swirl marks, Kevin. I don't see any.
Yeah, so 105, 205. Express bias, I use a lot. The good news is we have the 3-inch backs. So here's my new, not these, but well, it's going to be, yeah. These here, Stop Tech Trophy. Yeah, anodized Stop Tech Trophy kit. I mean, the mine's bigger, but they look like, looks like this. Oops, sorry. 2000 size. Anodized aluminum, yeah. The driver's club. So this is his physical car. He didn't have it with him, no, right? This is Doug Perry's car, the driver's club. He did that on the latest podcast. This is his project car. It's a 964 project car. And the KW booth. Well, Bill Steen. Always been a fan. We got a giant booth this year. Shoot, they put T37s on here. Or no, these are gram lights. So last year I came here and I was hoping to relive my JDM dreams. Well,
you're lying.
I did it with my S2000. So I'm gonna try to put these on my truck. I'm gonna put some TE37s on it. That would be cool. So funny. So funny how I'd hoped to. Came here last year and was at the Volk booth, and then ended up buying the S2000 this year. Pretty cool. APR and dining together. I guess they must be owned by the same private equity firm now. That must be it. Still a super fan of dining, but I don't know. We'll see what happens to the company in the future. Dining stuff, it's cool. Always been a fan. And Jim makes an intake for my now crappy turbo. There's the bubble. So I should probably become a dealer for them, but the margins aren't very good and I've just been too lazy to do it. So I haven't, I mean, I'm familiar with the product. I haven't used it.
Yep.
And it's not the only reason, is just so many products, so many things to use. I actually have, I think I have the G5. I have a couple of bottles of that because I have a giant glass shower that I want to put it on.
Awesome.
And to test it out. I mean, what better place to test it than in the shower, right? And so you guys are coating first and then support coating. Is that, I mean, how do you think of the company?
Ceramic company first, absolutely, and then everything else is built in to support that program, whether it's before or after the coating.
Gotcha. Okay.
Always refer to ourselves as a ceramic coating company first.
Is it silicon dioxide based, titanium dioxide? Is it a proprietary formula? What's the?
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely some proprietary pieces of it, but it is it's a nano ceramic composite material is basically what it's developed out of. So we started with crystal serum. Well, actually, technically we started with C1, which was actually more of a quartz-based product. So
okay.
Some companies are still more focused on the quartz side of things.
Yep.
Ceramic is a little bit more of the area that we want to play in. So we still have that. It was a staple product originally. It's a 5-year coating. It's fantastic on things like vinyl, PPF, especially matte finishes. A lot of our network loves using it on matte finishes.
Yeah.
And then they will even use these two, C0 and C1, more for even a marine application. But that being said, we have in the next 3 or 4 months, we're hoping, right before the season, we'll have our full marine line. So everything from coating to harbor safe soap, to every bit of it. So we already have some teak coatings and things like that.
So C1 would be this entry, or that would be matte or PPF. Then Crystal Serum Light would be.
Some of our network still just loves the product, so we'll never get rid of that one. They
Gotcha.
just hold on to it. And then, so basically, but starting from the bottom, you've got C2, which is a 4 to 6 month coating.
Spray on.
Yeah, spray on.
Is it
sealant?
Is it a spray on and then water activate?
No. So it is basically the best way to use that product is to spray it onto a microfiber, apply it to the vehicle.
Okay.
So you streak or anything, flip it over and wipe it down, level it. Or what's really awesome about that product is when the car is still wet, you can apply it,
drying agent.
use it as a drying agent, drag that towel across your coating and drying at the same time.
Okay.
So then from there, step up to your 18-month coating, EXO. EXO is used quite a bit as a top coat for Crystal Serum Ultra, Crystal Serum Light, or C1. So it can be used as a standalone, it can be all by itself,
right,
or it can be in addition to something that's already there.
Right.
So Crystal Serum Ultra was just released on Tuesday.
This is pro only, right?
This is pro only.
Yep.
It's a 9-year and replaces our previous product known as just Crystal Serum, which was a 7-year.
Okay, gotcha.
So and again, same thing. That that EXO can go on the top of that and enhance even more of what that product is.
Help with water spots, things like that.
Yeah, you're not going to have to worry about those. EXO V3. This is a version 3 that we have. The reason we went with a newer version 3, was we were having some water spotting problems here and there in really high chem rain areas.
Yep.
So the EXO V3 has not had any problems like that. We'll fix that.
Right.
And, yeah. So then Crystal Serum Light is a 5-year.
So this is what and I can buy anything but the.
You can buy anything but the black box.
Okay. And so we have C1, G1.
Yep, so G1 and
G1's
G5
glass, yeah.
are both glass. G5 is a little bit, it's pretty significantly easier to install. It's a real quick application process.
That's why it shows it from a shower. It was all that I was reading, and all that others have been telling me. The research I've been saying is you can put this on. And I bought the what's the prep? There's a glass prep too, isn't there? Isn't there like a glass polish prep?
So you got the polish, so basically what this will do is it'll help remove some of those microfine scratching. It'll help remove anything, things like sap and stuff we can't even see, but there's still sometimes on there. So it helps to remove it and really clean it. And
how do you apply that with just a microfiber towel by hand, or?
So there is actually a pad. It's not on display. We've had them, but a lot of things have blocked off.
Is it a rayon pad type?
It's basically, it's more like a sponge. It's very similar to kind of a not a holy sponge, but pretty thick sponge.
Right.
And basically you'll use the different sides of that to kind of help rub in and polish down. And then that's gonna it perfects, but more than anything, it's going to help these really adhere. So this is just a one-step process. Apply.
You can do that alone, or
yep. And then this is an application process, and then the excess after you're stacking up those layers.
You wouldn't use either or, right? G5 or G1.
Either or, correct.
So that's glass, and then you have wheels.
Yep, wheel armor, C5.
Is that just a higher temp?
Exactly. So you got to remember that none of these products are going to have any sort of. You're not going to get anywhere near those temperatures.
Right.
In the automotive.
Right.
So none of it really matters, but temperature.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then C4 is your trim.
Yep. C4 is trim restore, so it'll help bring back that plastic that everyone hates fading away.
Right. What's the
C0 is one more of our coatings. It is a 2-year. It is considered, we like to call it our race coat. So it's Aero Coat. It's used by Sahara Force India, Formula 1 team. So what we do with this coating is we put on a lot of race cars, a lot of race-oriented vehicles. It helps with what they call OPR, other people's rubber, road grime, track grime, things that are really abusive to the vehicle.
So it doesn't look as good as the other stuff?
It's thicker. It's not about not looking good. It really has the. It's extremely focused on keeping everything off of the vehicle.
Gotcha. Okay.
So when that car pulls back into the pit, it's really easy to knock off that rubber.
Okay.
Which is important because it affects all sorts of things like aerodynamics, especially in Formula 1.
Right.
Absolutely.
Cool. And then you have all the supporting products like normal.
Exactly, yeah. So panel wipe isn't up there, but panel wipe would be a prep product, so that would strip all sorts of fillers and oils, things that some of the solvents and some of the coatings may eat up, and leave visible scratches, in terms of not getting down in the clear coat like you should have in the beginning. But G-Wash and Citrus Foam are both great foaming products to use with a foam cannon. citrus foam is a little bit heavier. It's going to help get a lot of that kind of stuff out, be more of a decon.
Is that stuff
combination wash?
Stuff come in gallons?
It comes in, so we'll sell it in 5 liters.
Okay, yeah.
So it's multiple different sizes, but 5 liters is the largest. You got a multi-purpose cleaner, which is awesome. You can use it on just about anything.
Right.
Always safe for, all this stuff is always safe for the coatings. And then you got all-purpose cleaner citrus. This is a fantastic product for all sorts of things, like what it says right there, oil and grind. W6 iron and fallout. The only issue with this product is 2 things. One, it shows a wheel on the bottle.
Right.
It's not just for wheels; it's for all sorts of fallout, all sorts of iron remover. The other piece is got to be careful with ceramic brakes. We don't want to put this stuff near ceramic brakes. It's going to get in there. When the brake heats up, it has the ability to damage it permanently.
Gotcha.
Got to be careful. Make sure we're putting stuff on the proper surfaces.
Gotcha.
And then tar and glue remover is a fantastic product for any sort of, road tar, road glue, stuff that's flying up on the car and sticking to the wheels. It's a fantastic product to remove that. And again,
A bug remover.
Same idea, bug remover.
8, 7,
Incredible product for getting bugs off.
Some W's for wash.
Yep.
M's for metal. G is for glass.
Yep.
Okay, I get it. I'm getting it.
Awesome.
C is for coating.
Yes, sir.
Cool. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
What happens when the force pulls you back, your foot naturally comes off the gas. You have to keep your foot to the floor, foot to the floor.